y'all. So I'm back. I was going to, so hello. I'm like already like razzed up, ready to jump into this vlog, this video. Honestly, I don't think I want to do vlogs anymore. I originally had like done like a travel with me. Like I went to the boarding school that I attended, and I was ready to, I was like showing you guys, just because I feel like that's what you see, and like I feel like, in order to be like successful, you have to do what other people do in order to like get there or like to get known. But like that's not life. Oh shit, they're building on this land that I want. Sad. But but I just right now just deleted the information. I just deleted the videos because I like this. I like this sitting down and just talking and just being here and just sharing with you guys like what's on my mind and the things that I've learned and stuff. And yeah, so let's just start. So this summer I have been wondering like what the lesson. I believe that there's always a lesson in everything. And this summer I was just like, what is going to be the lesson? Like, what is the lesson? What is the lesson? And I didn't really get it until last night. So when I started this journey in the summer, like I call it a journey, call everything a journey. But when I started this summer, I had started it with the idea that when I graduate from college, which is next year, I want to work for myself full time. And that's because I love what I do. I find peace in what I do, and this is what makes me happy. And so I was just like, this is it, this is what I want to do. And then the business deals and things that I wanted to come through, because you can't really, when you think about it, at least when you really think about it, you can't really like live off of, just in my opinion, can't really live off of like people just buying from your website. And obviously it will get to a point, and I know it will get to a point where so many orders will come in a day from, whether it is Amazon, because I'm approved for Amazon. I deleted that part, but I'm approved to sell on Amazon now, which is amazing. And then and like someone just called, and I think I'm gonna edit that part where I just lost my train of thought. But I don't think I will, because this is just real. I'm just being real, just like gonna give it to you guys like straight, no chaser. But like you can't really survive on just people just buying watches, at least like for right now, just to like draw more income in, just to have like people like subscription box companies. And I had talked to a bunch of them, and a bunch of them were like yes, and then things didn't pan out the way that I wanted them to pan out, and that's fine, that's life. Was disappointed, but I'm over it now because everything's a learning process, and I will get to that point one day where those deals will go through and they will happen for me. But for right now, I'm still learning, still growing. It's not happening right now. I can't cry over spilled milk. What my one of my best guy friends, he's like one of my best friends, Dan Bertarelli. I think it's Bertarelli. Dan, don't kill me when you watch this video. But I call him Dan the Waterman. He's since day one, he's been trying to teach me a lesson that I didn't really understand. And he wasn't trying to purposefully, it wasn't like he was trying to teach it to me purposefully, or he was trying to be like, I'm trying to teach you a lesson. He was just doing something that I never really understood. And what he was doing was that he would always try to buy my watches full price. He hates taking discounts from me. He would never let me give him a free watch. And actually, Jan, don't kill me and don't pay for the watch. But one of the watches you bought, your card didn't. It's not like you didn't have money or something. But there's something wrong. Sometimes when people buy things on my website, like the cards, sometimes it doesn't go through, or it doesn't like allow the payment. But for you, I waived the payment, and I'm going to waive the payment. So do not try and pay me for that watch, because I won't take it from you. But so yes, so basically he's always tried to pay for the watch, and he's always seen value in what I've done. And obviously I've seen value in what I've done, but I've never put a value on what I've done. and this all comes from, and I'm all over the place, but I hope I can bring it all together. But this all comes together from last night when I went to a party, but I didn't go to the party. I was on my way to a friend's house. He had sent me the address, and it's an iPhone. Automatically, when you go into punch in the address, it will recognize when somebody sends you an address. So it just automatically goes there. So then this person lives in Mattapoisett, but I ended up going to New Hampshire. Now, when I got there, and I was just like, dude, like, I'm here. And he's like, dude, you're not here. You're at the wrong place. And then I looked at my phone. I realized I was in New Hampshire. I was pissed. I was angry. And I was just like, literally within that, that 5 seconds, not even 5 seconds, like within that minute of me just being angry, I was like, God, what is the lesson in this? What is the lesson in all of this that I'm out, like, I didn't even want to go out tonight. Like, I'm so annoyed. What is the lesson in all of this? And I felt like the lesson that was being set, as I was driving home, I realized the lesson was that when you're going somewhere, when you have a goal for a destination, know the plan, know the route, know where you are going, like, know that, like, basically know the way. I mean, you can't really not I'm confusing myself, but know the destination, like know where you are going. Know that that's one thing. Know that where you're going, like, this is the goal, this is where I want to get. I'm always talking about goals on here, and it is know that I want to get here. I'm here, I want to get there. Just know that that's where you want to get to. And I didn't get to my destination yet last night. I did not get to where I planned on going. And I just sat there and I was just like, dude, like, what is this all about? And it was more about that I wasn't paying attention to, one, I didn't check to make sure that the destination that I wanted to get to was a proper destination. Two, I also wasn't paying attention to the journey. I didn't realize until I wasn't really paying attention to the signs. I wasn't really paying attention to, like, my surroundings and just everything. I was just driving, and I was just driving aimlessly until I got to a destination where that was not where I intended to go. Likewise, this summer, the where I am now, which obviously you learn from mistakes happen. You have to fail. You have to fail in order to learn, and you always learn from failure. Steve Jobs gave a commencement speech at Stanford, and he said that his greatest successes were on the backs of his greatest failures, and that is why he was where he was that day when he was giving the whole entire commencement speech. And so, with that being said, where I am today, which I'm so thankful that, like, I've made money, I've done well. I'm on using my Snapchat now because I've used up all of my phone space. So let's hope this comes out nice. But I could be in a different position if I had really focused on this is where I want to get, and then also looked at, like, the journey, looked at where I was going and what I was doing, and ensuring that I was going to get there. What I was doing was going to get me there. That's what I meant to say. Sorry, this is my YouTube, so I can do whatever I want. But yes, and that really hit home last night. So I'm not even upset about not getting to the party. I'm thankful for what I learned last night, is that this summer I didn't pay attention to the journey because I was constantly fixated on the goal, which at the end of the day, I didn't really get to there at all. But I didn't focus on the journey, and I didn't really remind myself of this is. That being said, being real and being honest, I can honestly say I did not put value on my business. I did not value my business at where it should be valued at. For the longest time, I'm trying to get Galay. For the longest time, I was doing free shipping, which was cute and stuff like that. But then I feel like people almost thought, like, oh, like, I got my stuff cheap. Like, I could, like, I'm making all this, like, margins on shit and stuff like that. And honestly, I buy and sell things that I would use, that I personally would be like, yes, I'm going to use this, like, I'm going to spend money on this. And it almost felt like people like the way that I kind of like gave off like the vibe of it was just like people were like, oh, like it is what it is. It is like it is what it is. It's whatever. I felt like people I give up too much free shit. And I felt like people just always assume like, oh, I'm gonna get free stuff, which is not true. My mom has always been the one to say, she's always been like, start the way that you want to finish. And I didn't listen, and I've started listening now. My mom's my COO now. I gave her the position of COO, you know, just because she's just the one that she always had my back, and she's always has the best ideas that I've ever done from House of Volley have come from God, but also come from her. And yeah, and things, let's just say things are gonna change, because the goal is to still work for myself eventually, after obviously after I graduate. As to when that is, a year or two after I have graduated, I don't know. But yeah, I think that I've learned this summer what true value is, and how to value something, and how to value people. I say like people as in like even like how people value, and I mean like obviously in my business I've learned the value, but that's also translated into my personal life, where how does this friendship with this person, how do they value me, and how do I value them? And are we valuing each other at the same rate, or at the same amount? Because sometimes you realize that you do so much for other people, but then when it comes to you, it's not there. I said this last night to like a friend, to Forge, is a friend, well, with Ford. I was just like, start a business and you'll see who your real friends are. I'm going to be quite honest with you. Not all of my friends have bought things for me, and it's not like, oh, like, yeah, it actually upsets me, because you call yourself a friend, you should be willing to support your friend, and you shouldn't just expect to get free stuff, Like, put your money where your mouth is. As this summer comes to an end, I really, really, really challenge you and myself to ask yourself, in everything that I'm doing, in every relationship, what is the value in it? And am I valuing it at where it should be valued? And I think that's where I'm going to end everything. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe. All that fun jazz.